My sister sent me a photo of her lunch and said, "Remember this restaurant? We'd never eaten there." I knew exactly what she meant. When we were teenagers, our mom was married to a man who made our lives hell for 4 years. We developed a system. If either of us ever felt unsafe again, we'd send a random food photo and ask if the other remembered eating there. It meant come get me now and don't ask questions. We'd used it twice in high school, both times when mom's boyfriend came home drunk and looking for trouble. That was 16 years ago. My sister Vanessa had been married to Grant for 3 years, and I thought she was happy. They had a nice house, 2 dogs, and she always posted smiling photos on Instagram. But when that text came through at 9 p.m. on a Thursday, my blood ran cold. My hands were already reaching for my keys before I finished reading her message. I texted back, "On my way, leave your location on." She replied with a pin drop and nothing else. The drive to her house was 40 minutes, and I broke every speed limit. I kept checking my phone, waiting for another message, but nothing came. When I pulled onto her street, I saw Grant's truck in the driveway. I parked 3 houses down and texted her, "I'm outside. Can you get out?" 3 minutes passed. 5. Then my phone buzzed. Back door. 10 minutes. He's in the shower. I crept through the neighbor's yard and found the back gate unlocked. The kitchen light was off, but I could see movement inside. The back door cracked open and Vanessa slipped out without making a sound. Even in the darkness, I could see her face was swollen. Her lip was split. We didn't speak until we reached my car. She collapsed into the passenger seat and started shaking so hard I thought she was having a seizure. I drove 6 blocks before she said her first words. "He's going to kill me. Not eventually. Soon. He told me tonight." I asked her what happened. She stared straight ahead while she talked. It started small, like it always does, criticizing her clothes, her friends, her cooking. Then he started tracking her phone. Then he took her car keys so she had to ask permission to leave. Then 3 months ago, he hit her for the first time. She tried to leave once, and he found her at her friend's house within 2 hours. He had software on her phone that showed him everything, every text, every call, every location. Tonight, he'd found a message from a male coworker about a project deadline. Nothing inappropriate, just work stuff. He beat her for 20 minutes and told her if she ever tried to leave again, he'd make sure no one found the body. I drove straight to my apartment and disabled her phone's location services, then turned the whole thing off. At midnight, Grant started calling me. His voice was calm, friendly even, asking if I'd heard from Vanessa because she wasn't feeling well and he was worried. I told him I hadn't talked to her in days. He said that was funny because her phone showed she was at my apartment 30 minutes ago. I said my apartment must be near a cell tower and hung up. He called back 9 times. At 2 a.m., my doorbell camera showed him parked across the street. He sat there for 3 hours, just watching. When he finally drove away, Vanessa broke down sobbing. She said he would never stop. He told her 100 times that she belonged to him, and death was the only way out. I told her death was definitely an option, just not hers. The next morning, I took Vanessa to file a police report while a friend stayed at my apartment in case Grant came back. The officer was sympathetic but honest. Without documented injuries and evidence of threats, the most they could do was take a report. I showed them screenshots Vanessa had secretly taken over months, texts where Grant described exactly what he'd do to her if she left. The officer's face changed. He made some calls. 2 hours later, we were at a domestic violence advocacy center with a lawyer who specialized in protective orders. Grant showed up to the hearing in a suit, looking like a concerned husband worried about his mentally unstable wife. His attorney argued that Vanessa was prone to exaggeration and had a history of emotional episodes. Then our lawyer presented the screenshots, the medical records from urgent care visits Vanessa had hidden from everyone, and a statement from her coworker who'd witnessed Grant drag her out of an office party by her hair. The judge granted a full protective order and recommended criminal charges. Grant violated the order within 72 hours and was arrested outside my apartment complex with a knife in his glove box. He's awaiting trial now.